I'm going to show you guys the best weapon in the game, which I didn't even know existed, how to get it, and how it does versus different pals and bosses. Alright, what's good guys? So of course I am talking about the multi-guided missile launcher. Look at this attack, and if you didn't know, look how fast it shoots. It shoots 4 missiles in the span of like 2 seconds. It is absolutely insane, and it can obliterate many pals in only 1 hit, and it has 4 of them. Now, the thing is, guys, I might be kind of a noob. I don't watch too many videos on Palworld and everything. I'm not gonna lie. I only make them, but I didn't even know this gun existed. You guys have got to let me know in the comments if I am alone, if I am just a noob, but I did not know that this gun was even real. It's not in the crafting thing or anything, so I didn't even know that this gun was even a thing. I thought the regular missile was the best gun in the game. However, there is a few different ways to get this. The main way to get this is actually to unlock the chest at the oil rig at the bottom right of the map, and that is the main way to get the insane blueprints to get this gun. Now, I made a video before showing the best way to do dungeons and how to do them super duper fast, and that is to get some really good legendary blueprints. However, you can't get this blueprint because they can only be accessed at the oil rig. I kind of found a cheesy way to get this without using any glitches or hacks or anything, so I'll show you guys that later on. But we have to look at it a little bit first. So first of all, I only have the green uncommon version of this. You can get a gold version of it and everything, but it is so hard to get. I'm already happy with this green version, but there is a golden legendary version, which you probably have to open a million oil rig chests to get that. I haven't seen anyone who got it legitly yet. So if you guys have got it legitly, definitely let me know. I haven't tried this versus any kind of like bosses or anything. I'm definitely going to take it to the oil rig and try it out, and also try it out for some tower bosses. And the ammo is actually pretty cheap. The ammo is this little missile ammo over here. See, I kind of made a mistake when I first made it, and I thought it was rocket ammo, so I made a bunch of rocket ammo, but it is actually these high-tech guided missile launchers. Now, I actually made videos on how to get enough oil and everything to craft stuff like this, since it is super expensive. And as you can see, my base has a bunch of different crude oil extractors, 2 in every single puddle, so I made some videos on that if you guys want to check that out, and a bunch of other ways to efficiently optimize your base, because you are going to need a lot of oil for this. I don't know how much oil I have. I'm pretty sure I harvested it like 2 days ago, but it seems like I have over 1,000 already from this base, which is really good. Anyways, to talk about how you get this weapon. So first of all, the first thing you can do is go over to the oil rig and just do it normally and unlock the golden chest in there. I don't think you can get it from the normal chest in the oil rig. Maybe you can, but the big chest in the oil rig, the main one, is definitely the best way to get it. I don't know what the chances are, but it's definitely like below 5%, probably 1%, because it is super hard to get. However, one thing that I have started doing that I have not seen any other YouTuber doing, I can pull up a video of me doing it, is I go to the chest, I make sure the autosave kicks in. For me, autosave is every 30 seconds. I open the chest, and then if I don't get the blueprint I want, I just back out and I join back again and keep doing it over and over and over again until I get the blueprint I want. I must have opened this chest like 20 times until I finally got this amazing multi-guided missile launcher, and I didn't even get the gold one, so it is super duper hard to get. If you guys managed to get the gold one, congratulations to you. I almost don't believe it because it is so hard to get, but this one still pretty good, and we're still going to go test it out. First of all, let's go test it out on one of these bosses that are just walking around. One of the normal bosses on the island. We want a pretty high tier one, since this is a high tier weapon. Let's go to the new island over here and test it out on that boss. Alright, here he is. Let's try him out. It is level 55 and he has 4,000 health. Now, it says we do 6,000 damage, but I don't think it actually does that much. I think it like has to do with his defense and everything. So let's try it out. You can spam it like I did earlier, but some of them miss when you spam it. So you just want to kind of shoot it every few seconds, just like that. And it's actually not doing too much damage. I definitely thought it would do a little bit more damage, but the damage isn't even the important part. The part that is important is the fact that it knocks him out and stuns him this entire time. We are halfway through the battle and he has has not got a single attack off yet. So he just stays stunned the entire time. We can just shoot him over and over and over again. You cannot do this with a regular missile launcher. There we go. He finally got one attack off while we were reloading, because the missile launcher, the regular one, the one I have in my inventory right now, you have to reload that one after every single shot. It's super annoying, and this weapon is just insane with the amount of time that you don't have to prep with it. Now, I decided this was worthy of making a video on because I did not even know this gun existed. Like I said before, Palworld doesn't really give you a tutorial. It kind of just lets you do whatever you want. So there is no way of knowing that this gun is even in the game without, I mean, I don't even know how some people know it's in the game, because I definitely did not. However, it absolutely destroyed that guy. We didn't even take 1 millisecond of damage. We didn't take a single point of damage. So we're going to go try this out on something a little bit harder, because this gun, so far, it's been perfect. We're going to go make some more ammo for some higher tier bosses, but like I said, good luck trying to get this thing. You pretty much have to be level 55 to survive doing the oil rig that many times, but I know some of you guys have strategies to do the oil rig, and the strategy I mentioned earlier where you can kind of cheat. It's not really cheating, but it's kind of cheating, where you can just go over and over again and like join the game back and do the chest until you get the blueprint you want. I thought it was pretty smart. Of course, you can just cheat and like I don't know, I'm sure some people have like mod menus. You can probably change the drop rate in your settings, something along those lines, and it's definitely worth it to get this gun. But if you want to do it completely legitly, you can just do what I did and leave the game and join back over and over until you get the thing you want. Or of course, you could do it the way the Palworld devs intended for you to do it and actually just do the oil rig over and over again. Alright, we have a ton of missile launcher ammo, so let's go try this out on a jet gun. That's what I want to see it go against, because the jet gun obviously is one of the hardest bosses in the game. Everybody wants to catch this pal, everyone wants to use this pal. This is one of the best pals in the entire game, probably the best pal in the entire game, until they started updating the game and adding a bunch of other pals, so we definitely got to try this out. Now, if you guys know a better way of getting the legendary schematic than doing what I did, joining back and opening the chest over and over and over again, feel free to let me know. I don't think there is a better way, and like I said, you can't get it from dungeons. You can only get certain blueprints, legendary blueprints, from dungeons, and the missile launcher that shoots several of them is actually not one of them. So okay, here we go. Here is our victim, a jet gun. The other boss didn't do a single point of damage on us and only got off 1 attack. So let's just use this gun over and over and over and see how many attacks this jet gun can get off. See, I'm not really happy with the damage. I feel like the legendary one would definitely do some more damage, but the fact that it just stuns the pal over and over and over again, and the fact that you can just keep on shooting just like this and you pretty much have a free-for-all unfair battle is absolutely insane. Okay, so that was the first attack this jet gun got off, and we are obviously winning super duper easily, so we can just skip through this part. Alright, we're about to kill Jetragon. Also, the thing is, it kind of takes a little bit since it doesn't do too much damage. Like I said, I'm pretty sure if you get the legendary version of this, that would definitely fix it. But it kind of makes up for it because they cannot get any attacks off if you just keep on shooting this. I don't think you can stun tower bosses like this because this is just way too OP. We didn't lose a single point of damage to Jetragon either. So we are going to try the absolute hard challenge of bringing this to a tower boss and see if we can completely obliterate it without losing a single point of HP, because those 2 bosses that we just did right there was way too easy for this OP gun. Alright, we are at the tower of the PDIF, which is all the way up here, not EDP 445, PDIF. And I actually haven't beat this tower yet, which is kind of crazy because I've been playing the game for a long time and I beat way harder towers, but I think this will be a good test to determine how good this really is. Hopefully we can at least take a point of damage because the other 2 were way too easy. Alright, this tower is pretty cool. I actually haven't seen this one before. I don't know what I was doing. I must have missed it. But yeah, it definitely doesn't seem like you can stun the tower bosses. So even though this is cool, it's really not as OP in the tower bosses as it is for like any of the bosses on the ground. But what you can do with all these guided missile launchers, it almost just did 3,000 damage by the way, is you can just run behind pillars and just shoot this. And I mean, usually it works. Maybe I'm shooting like an idiot, but you can just run behind pillars. And you can just spam this, and for the most part it will go absolutely crazy and he won't even be able to see you. So you can just run behind the pillar so he can't attack you, spam this rocket launcher, and look at that damage. It's kind of a shame that you can't knock these bosses out like you can with the other guys. Like the Jet Ragon and the other boss we did this to was completely AFK. It couldn't even get any attacks off. However, it doesn't have the same stun effect on the tower boss, but you can just throw your pal out, get behind a pillar, and go absolutely crazy with this and do massive amounts of damage. It is the equivalent of having 4 of these guided missile launchers. So you guys gotta let me know, do you have this gun already? I didn't even know it existed, so I wasn't even looking for this gun. And do you have the legendary version? Because if you're below level 55, I severely doubt you have this weapon unless you got super lucky on the oil rig. But I managed to you know, do a couple of cheeky methods, get it on the oil rig, and it is definitely worth, because look how easily we just cleaned up this boss. Did we take any damage from this boss? Maybe we did in the beginning, but either way, this has passed all 3 of the tests super easily. There we go, a bunch of XP, a bunch of boss kills, so free. We even got a little bit of an achievement there. This is definitely one of my favorite weapons in the game.